Getting updates in the firing incident at the Bhatinda military station. A search team has located the INSAS rifle along with the magazine. The army and the joint police team are now undertaking forensic analysis of the weapon to ascertain further details. Let me now go across to Vishnu Shom for more details. But Vishnu, what do we know about the assailants over here? 4 soldiers have died. Who is behind this? Any word on that?
That's absolutely the key question, and the answer is no. To a specific question which I've posed to senior officials, looking at this, they are unable at this juncture to share any detail on the identity of the attackers. They are unable to confirm any aspect of that. And this was to a specific query on whether there were army jawans involved in this incident. So I think the answer to that question at this stage is that there is an investigation going on, and the army is unable to confirm whether army soldiers were involved or somebody else was involved in this particular attack. But in just the last half an hour, last little while, there's a statement which has come out which says that a search team has located the rifle which was actually potentially involved in this attack along with the magazine. So they're going to be doing, along with the police, a forensic analysis of the weapon to try and get more details, how many rounds, etc., were still in the weapon, in the magazine. It is reiterated that no individual has been detained or apprehended. And again, they're telling us to avoid speculation. So the question which we've been posing from the morning that remains now, is this a case of fratricide where the soldiers turn their weapons on each other? Or does this appear to be something else? Is there a terror connection over here? Again, that's something we don't know. What is clear that it's been more than 13 hours now since the incident took place, and those who attacked have not been identified. As worrying, a couple of details which appear to be coming out of the first information report. It's in Punjabi. We are trying to get some of the details, but reliable sources who have gone through that first information report indicate that an eyewitness who happened to be an officer in the Indian Army seemed to have spotted 2 individuals dressed in white kurtas, wearing some sort of white cover masking their faces, with an INSAS rifle and perhaps some other weapon. And this officer was able to then, a little while later, detect those 4 people who'd been killed, spotted their bodies in the room. So seems to indicate that this all took place when these men, who are part of an artillery unit of the Indian Army, would possibly have been killed in their sleep. Finally, again, this is on the basis of what others are saying who have seen the first information report, that these 2 masked men slipped into a forest nearby. So these are very preliminary details. I think it is without doubt an extremely shocking episode which has taken place. The lives of 4 Indian Army jawans of an artillery unit in Bhatinda in Punjab. It's not a cantonment, it's a military station, but a large military station where this particular incident has taken place. But at this juncture, I'm afraid there are still many more questions than answers which are available.
Vishnu, it is both shocking and would you also say unusual that it's been almost over 12 hours since this incident happened. It happened at 4:35 a.m. You are saying that preliminary reports, what we have gleaned from the FIR suggests that perhaps these 2 went into a forest nearby. But this is a military area. It must be very a highly secured area. What is being said about this then? Is it a security breach?
I think, Maha, whether there was an external element over here or not is something we still don't know. And all of these hours later, to that one very specific question on who were the attackers, the army isn't giving us information. They are saying, and in answer to a very specific question on this, no, we do not know the identity of the attackers as yet. An investigation is on. There is a forensic process, and that forensics are awaited. So there is no answer to who is responsible. Again, we don't know whether it's a fratricide incident, whether Indian Army soldiers were involved or not, or it was somebody outside. But the FIR seems to suggest that there were 2 people. So that's, again, it's in Punjabi. I don't read Punjabi, but, reliable people I have spoken to who have read that first information report have said that perhaps there were 2 attackers over there. They were dressed in a white kurta. and they had a white mask on their face. They slipped into a jungle, but not before. They had attacked and killed these 4 soldiers. One of them appeared to have an INSAS rifle with him. That is possibly the weapon which has been recovered now, but again, that will be proved during a forensic examination. And, there was another weapon as well with them, not a gun, something else. So that's something that the FIR apparently talks about. Now, to answer your question, Maha, what is deeply distressing over here is that this is guarded. It's a military facility. It's a frontline military facility. There would be guards all around. We do know that quick reaction teams were deployed once this incident actually took place. But whether there was an infiltration which took place into this facility or it was an out-and-out fratricide incident, we don't know, because there is no answer to the question on the identity of the attackers, and that's something that's ongoing in terms of an investigation. 4 soldiers dead, very sad indeed.
Vishnu, very quickly now, my final question right now. This INSAS rifle that has been recovered, is it the same that was reported missing a couple of days ago? Has that been ascertained?
No, but again, those who have read the first information report have suggested to me that there is mention in that FIR, which has been written in Punjabi, of a missing rifle a couple of days back. So this was speculation. This morning it appears now in the FIR of a particular INSAS rifle missing. Now that an INSAS rifle has been found in the last couple of hours, but whether it's that same INSAS rifle or not, whether there is a corresponding number of rounds which are missing from it, that is all part of a forensic investigation. The entire business of a gun going missing from a military cantonment is very frightening indeed. Whether this was done through somebody who's an external factor or an internal factor, because the storage of weapons is very, very closely regulated. The storage of each and every bullet, each and every round, very, very closely regulated. In a military cantonment, you will not find soldiers with weapons. Only select soldiers who are on guard duty, for example, or who have been assigned a particular task. For example, protecting somebody or deployed, as I mentioned, in guard roles. Protecting the facility itself will have guns. Otherwise, guns are very securely kept away in an armory. So the entire it's bizarre how a gun would have disappeared. That's just exactly what is not supposed to take place. But again, I don't have an answer to your question on whether the gun that went missing is the gun that's now been recovered.
All right, Vishnu, thanks for joining us with those details. Really disturbing that it's been almost 14 hours, but no answers to who the assailants were over here, whether they have been apprehended or not. At least from what we know at the moment from the statement is that no one has been apprehended in this case. 4 army Jawans were killed in their sleep, as we know at the moment, because this incident happened at 4:35 a.m. this morning. Now, from the FIR details that we are getting, that we are picking up at the moment, is that it says that the complaint was informed of firing in the mess barrack area at 4:30 a.m. The complainant says was told unidentified masked men wearing kurta-pyjama was spotted, their faces covered in some sort of white cover mask. One of the men had an INSAS rifle, the other had an axe in their right hand, is what is being said in the FIR, which NDTV has accessed. Also, it says that the men were of medium height and they fled towards the jungle. These points that Vishnu was making at that point. These are the details that are coming in at the moment, disturbing details of the firing incident in the Bhatinda military area.